Hello everyone and welcome again to AlgorithmHQ. As many of you already know that I've joined Google recently, more specifically on 18th of November. I am really enjoying the experience here, like meeting smart new people, discussing technology solutions, having good food, which is the best part for me at least. So obviously this video is gonna be all about my interview experience at Google, how the process happened, starting from how I got the opportunity to landing an offer at Google, everything pretty much in between. Okay, so start करते हैं फिर श्री कृष्ण का नाम लेकर. I have noted down everything in my laptop so that I don't forget anything, because I think this is the first time I am recording myself on camera. Otherwise, we would have interacted via email or LinkedIn or comment section of my videos like that. So let's start with getting the opportunity part. A recruiter reached out to me on LinkedIn mentioning that Google has some SWE openings and would I be interested to join Google. I responded with a yes, of course. He didn't reply to me for 2 or 3 days, so the fourth day I pinged him back like I'm interested and I'm waiting for a reply. He replied to me, then we got on a call in which we discussed about my current company, my current location, my preferred location, current CTC and expected CTC, and the interview process and what all topics will be asked, how the interview is going to be held, and everything like that. After this call, he shared some preparation material also for me to prepare for Google interviews, which I'm not allowed to share, so I'm not going to share that, but I'm going to share my preparation strategy. That preparation material was mostly about the topics and everything I should cover while preparing. So I'll share my preparation strategy, but also he asked me to provide a date on which I would like to appear for an interview. So this was all about the getting opportunity part in the process, understanding the process. Now coming to the interview process, how the process happened, how the interviews were held. So uh, there were 4 technical rounds, one googliness round, and 2 team match calls. So first was the phone screening round. Out of the 4 technical rounds, one is phone screening round, and the other 3 are on-site rounds. Now these rounds are just called on-site. They are not on-site. Okay, like you can sit at your home and appear for them. They are virtually held. Now, this phone screening round happened after a month of this call, which I had with the recruiter. Okay, now after a month, this phone screening round happened, phone screening, and after 3 or 4 weeks of this phone screening round, 3 on-site rounds and 1 googliness round happened. All of these 4 rounds happened within a week. Now, after these 3 on-site and 1 googliness round, team fit calls happened after like 2 or 3 weeks. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, like this. Okay, so this was the whole interview process. It took around 2 months to complete. Okay, and I got the result on the same day of the last team fit call, that I can provide a date on which I can join, and they'll generate an offer letter for me. So this was the process. Now let's come to the interview part. What happened in the interviews? I'm not going to share the exact questions. I don't even remember them honestly, and I'm not allowed to share them. So I'll share the topics and similar questions or similar strategies. But let's start with the phone screening round. So in the phone screening round, I was asked a DP based question. So, I mean, the interviewer started with the introduction, his introduction. He was quite friendly and he started with his introduction. He asked for my introduction. In 5 minutes or 10 minutes, we completed this. And then he gave me a question which I read. I explained my approach, and it's very important for you to to explain yourself while approaching the question or while framing your strategy. I mean, thinking out loud, it's called. So I explained my approach. I coded the brute force solution. I did a dry run. It's very important to do dry run on your code, because they are not actually going to run your code in some ID or anything. Okay, so you have to dry run on your code. Now, I was able to give this brute force solution, but I mean, he asked me to optimize, of course, in the last 20 minutes or 15 minutes. So I coded the optimized solution also with a few hints, quite a few hints actually. So I would give myself a lean higher on this interview. Then after 2 weeks of this phone screening round, I got the result that I am qualified for these 3 on-site and 1 Googliness round. So these 3 on-site rounds happened like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then this last one Googliness round happened on Friday. Okay, so let's talk about the first on-site round. It was a stack-based question. If you have heard about concepts like lazy update, lazy delete, they were used in this. It was, stack design-based question. You have to design a stack. You have to write a few functions inside a stack named class, requiring some functions of stack like pop and push, like that. So initially I wrote again the brute force solution, which was of O of n complexity, and later on I optimized it myself without any hints to O of 1 complexity. So interviewer was quite impressed. Again, I initially explained my approach, then I coded the solution, and then I did the trial run. So this process follows in every interview. Every interview is of 45 minutes, and it can stretch up to 1 hour, but not more than that. For me, at least, it was not stretched after 1 hour. One interview of mine, I think it was around 50 or 55 minutes, but not more than that. So this was my first on-site rounds. They also ask you to write the time complexity of your solution, that you have to write. That's pretty obvious. Now the second on-site round, it was a prefix sum based problem. It was also a medium to hard level difficulty on lead code. Okay, that problem is not present on lead code, but if that would be present, then it would be labeled as medium or hard. Okay, then again, initially I coded the brute force solution, then optimized solution. This round was also of 45 minutes. Now the third on-site round, which was in my opinion the most tough round, because it used concepts from DQ. I can consider it little bit similar to LFU cache, if you have heard about this question. And then follow up was similar to merge case sorted linked list or merge case sorted arrays priority queue based questions. So both of the questions, they required a lot of time to code and do dry run on them. So I think this was the most tough round, but I coded the solution, so I was okay with my performance. In my opinion, I would have given myself positive feedback, and they also gave the same. That's why I got selected. So it was quite good. Now the Googliness round. Googliness round, they just present you some situations, and you have to give your reactions. They ask you to react on these kind of daily life situations which can happen in Google. So that was also quite good. Then team fit calls. One was with TL, another one was with the manager. They ask you about your current project and how do you work currently and with how many people sometimes, and everything like that, and what are the challenges you face in your daily life while coding, while designing, while working. So they ask you questions that way. And they also, one thing was different, like they asked me how I take initiatives to contribute to the bigger picture. Like I do my work, but what I do to contribute to the bigger picture. Some questions like that were also asked. So these were the 2 team fit calls. Then I got the result that I'm selected, and I joined YouTube team, a team inside YouTube cost center. Now coming to the preparation strategy. What I did was, initially I reached out to a Googler who was already working at Google. So I asked him how to prepare. He told me, like, you can prepare a sheet for yourself through which you can revise questions and through which you can practice new questions. So I prepared 2 sheets for myself. One was of new questions which were recently asked at Google and big tech companies, and another one was revisiting my old solved questions. So old solved questions were around 450-500 questions which I wanted to revisit. and then new questions were around 150, 200, because I had this 1 month and I had to prepare with all of my efforts. So I prepared these 2 sheets for myself. Also, he advised me to ask someone to take my mock interviews. So I asked my brother to take mock interviews of mine, and he agreed. So it's a very good thing to appear for mock interviews before appearing for an actual interview, because it boosts your confidence, and I mean, you understand a lot of things about yourself during those interviews. So now these 2 sheets, I used to revise questions which I've already solved, and I used to practice a few new questions every day. Also, I used to read interview experiences on LeetCode of Google, Amazon, and other big tech companies to know the questions and know the process which is happening. So I used to read interview experiences too on LeetCode. I used to watch interview experiences on YouTube also. So all of that I did, but most important part was to I mean practice new questions every day, because your mind should be in a habit of solving new questions or identifying the pattern which is required to solve a new question. So new questions, 3 to 4, 5 new questions you should practice every day if your interview is like in a month or in a week or something like that. So your mind is in practice of solving new questions, because anyway you're going to get a new question. You should assume that. Okay, so this was my preparation strategy. I think we have covered pretty much everything, and if you still have any questions or queries for me, you can email me, or you can reach out to me on LinkedIn, or you can just comment on my video. I will reply. I reply to most of the comments, and I read the comments, I take suggestions, and I'm loving the response you guys are giving, likes and shares also. So I incorporate all of the suggestions. I mean, I try to, but sometimes it's not possible. But when it's possible, I usually do. So for this video also, don't forget to like it and subscribe the channel if you haven't already. Also, do tell me my improvement points in the comment section. That's it for the video. Radhe Radhe.